So I talked to y'all earlier about the fact that I planted brassicas, broccoli, cabbage, kale, to see how that would work out, even though I know that they were heading out of season, but thought I could get some in maybe in February and that will work out. But as you can see, they are being destroyed. I got the worms off of this one already, but let's see. There's a tiny caterpillar on that one. Oh, did I clear this one already? I've been feeding my chickens. What if they ran when they saw me coming? But I fed my chickens this morning with the bugs off of this one. And you can see like their feces on the leaves. I don't know if you can see down in here. And then there's also little eggs as well that are gonna hatch and create more of them. Okay, here's one on my purple cabbage. You can see that they are pretty munched up. And if you look at the back of this leaf, look at all those. Look at that. See them back there? Little jerks. Young ones there. So like I said, I planted those with the thought that I knew it was kind of late, but I thought, well, maybe I'll try anyway and see, kind of as an experiment. Because at this time of year, they start to bolt more quickly because it gets warmer, and those are actually cold weather crops. And also you start to get caterpillars hatching, and that is really what often destroys the crops. If it's not caterpillars, it's the bolting, which then produces seeds, and the leaves become bitter. So I figured, well, let me see, maybe I can experiment with them and see if I can get them to grow, see if I can get them to the point where we could actually eat another harvest off of those brassicas. But it becomes a war of attrition at a certain point with the caterpillars. Either you have to keep them covered and protected, and even in my covered beds, I'm now starting to battle with caterpillars. We have a tree right here, a Texas oak, and I mean, there have just been caterpillars descending from the trees like rain onto the plants around, and generally they're going into the grass and stuff. But I have a beautiful, delicious, like, salad bar here for them. So if I don't come out every day and pick those off, they're gonna destroy my plants. And you have to ask yourself, do I want to come out here and pick those off? Do I want to keep growing cabbage and kale and broccoli and cauliflower, or do I just want to put my energies elsewhere and let those go? Because this is the season really for the warm weather plants like eggplants and tomatoes and peppers and peas and beans, and that I can grow without having to put as much effort into protecting them from pests. So I could come out here with my Thuricide BT, and after removing all of the caterpillars, I could spray with the Thuricide BT to keep the next wave of caterpillar eggs from hatching and eating. It would just kill them once they hatched. But you have to ask if it's worth it. I only put a small amount of each one out to see how it would go. And I think I'm just going to probably pick off what I can pick off and see what happens, and not really put as much of my energy into those, because I have a lot of other plants out here that will require more effort. My potatoes, for instance, are near those brassicas. I really don't think that the worms are going to be interested in the potatoes, but I'm going to keep my eye on them just to make sure they're safe. And honestly, everything out here is pretty close, so you know, I don't want stuff eaten up, right? So I'm going to be really intentional and may just let those other ones be like the sacrifice plants to keep my others safe. But it smells divine right now. I'm standing in the midst of my citrus trees, and I also have a jasmine bush behind me. Oh, it smells incredible. I don't know if y'all remember, but I was trimming tomatoes a few days ago. It might actually be on this video. First of all, these are the tomatoes potted up and doing definitely gonna have to get the actual tall poles soon because these are almost out of height. They have about a foot left maybe on these poles. But anyway, I pruned them, and some of them were already a bit too tall when I pruned them. So I had to take off, or not just too tall, but they had really big feeders already. So I had to take those off. And I ended up planting those feeders just experimentally, again, put them in a pot, and y'all, look at these feeders growing into their own tomato plants. When you have to prune a tomato plant, which you should do, maybe I'll do a video, not maybe, I will do a video on that. But when you prune your tomatoes and take the feeders off, if you've let feeders go too long, here's a little feeder. If you let them get too big, let them go for a while, they will turn into a whole nother vine, whole nother arm. Like, I didn't catch this one early enough. This is a feeder on this tomato plant. Try to get in here to the stem. Okay, there we go. So this grew out and became its own separate arm. Really, I tried to just get one main arm, but this side one grew off of it. And by the time I caught it, it was too big. I didn't want to take it off. On this one, I just have a feeder starting to come in here. Let me try to go from this side because there's some fruit going on the other side. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there we go. So on that side, you can see that here's one right here. So if they get too big and you aren't able to get them off, that one, by the way, wasn't too big. I'll be taking it off. Then you can cut them off. And when you cut them off, you can repot them. So I potted these two, and they are now growing into their own tomato plants. I honestly think I'm probably going to give them away. I didn't want more than 6 tomato plants this year, and I'm at like 11 with those feeders that I experimented with that were so successful. And I do think I just want these 6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was actually a feeder, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep it and let this one go. She is really tall. I think I'm gonna offer her to somebody if they want her. But at any rate, I only want to keep 6. So I'm gonna offer the rest to friends in the local area. Okay. Oh. They've never had this before. They're like, okay, I like that. They're like, okay, I like it, I dig it. Y'all don't know about tuna?
Nugget is enjoying it.
Nugget's like, yeah, this'll work. Oh, look at Black Beauty and Raven.
They don't know what it is.
They're not even allowed to come up there yet.
Baki, move. Thank you.
You know, Baki's sometimey about food from out the house. Raven's like, oh, yeah, Baki takes a few bites and then she's like, okay, I'm done. But I'm gonna use my big body to block the rest of you from getting over here. Look at Lady Featherington. Pepper's enjoying standing in it. Pepper. Okay, BB and Lady Featherington, you can get some now. Pepper gonna keep standing on the plate. Really, Pepper?
Baby, stop using your neck and just eat it.
Really? And meanwhile, Nugget's like, I'm gonna eat all this. I can taste the omega-3 fatty acids. This is called tuna, guys. And the orange things are carrots. Okay, Lady Featherington. She finally got in.
BB's getting some too. Some crumbs.
In case y'all are wondering, this is the chicken feeding plate. We do not eat off of these plates. Really? Really? Honey, can you get off the plate, Agnes?
Agnes.
Oh,
Agnes.
Lord. Welp.
Watch this.
Yeah, they love the leaves from our hackberry tree for some reason, y'all. If it's green, they pretty much gonna eat it. I think these new ones have trained the old ones to do it.
Raven. Leaf?
Oh,
Yay!
wow. Kalani was holding that up, y'all.
Leaf? Yay!
Oh. Why do y'all eat these hackberry leaves like this?
Raven. Yay! She's so cute.
It's adorable.
You
Aw,
jump so high, Raven.
that's a big leaf.
Honey, you should know.
Well, okay, she don't need no more.
She's so cute. Oh, pepper food.
Well, I guess they like tuna.
Right.
Nugget is a huge fan, apparently.
Yes. Raven. Leaf? She's not willing to jump on my arm.
Mm-mm.
Raven.
She can't even
She
see
doesn't
up
even
there.
want anymore.
You done filled her up. Lady. Lady Featherington. Yeah, she's like, I don't get it. So flowers are not necessarily my strongest suit, but we bought a bunch of flowers today. Hi, hum. So we got a bunch of flowers. Well, this is a bunch for us. And we're going to try to put them here along the front bed. Sorry, all the airplanes. It's like 2 airplanes. We're going to put them along the front bed. We don't really know flowers, y'all. We just know they're pretty. So we hope that they'll all live well together and be friends.
Getting there.
Getting there, y'all. We've got all the big things in. Whew. Except the petunias. We have a large cluster of petunias, but we got to put. Well, didn't we have 3? Oh, we're only going to do these 2 here. That third one's over there. That's right. And then,
they just don't fit.
yeah, and then we're going to start putting all these little guys in.
I mean, I guess we could try to shove it in here next to these.
Well, let's see. Eric is going for uniformity.
I like symmetry.
It's okay. It's
I
fine.
know some people like asymmetry, but I like symmetry.
We'll have a little bit of both. That'll be fine.
Look at this beautiful lady. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey,
Hot stuff.
all right now.
I mean, you're wearing hot pink and all, so doing this great gardening work, making beautiful.
Eric's been doing all the digging, y'all.
I don't know if they can hear you. It's kind of windy out here.
Oh, well, tell them what I said.
She said I've been doing all the digging, which is true.
I who?
Me? Who else is me?
I mean, you could have said that I said I.
Oh. Tanya said Eric's been doing all the digging. Tanya being this person,
This is a little too
and
high.
Eric being this person.
I am so pleased with how this has turned out. Oh my gosh. So now we are putting up a brick wall that we have just been really amazingly blessed with. Our neighbor is not using these extra bricks that she has. So we need a kind of a dam wall because our grass always causes pooling of water, rainwater right here. It all collides with our flower bed usually. So she's given us those. So we are going to, well, Eric is putting in a brick wall and yay. Well, I'm in the shop, but you can see the finished product. It is beautiful. Oh man, I love it. We didn't expect to have these bricks, but our neighbor, she was getting rid of them. Actually, they've just been kind of in her yard for a while. I need to fix this down here, this corner, but she wasn't using them. She was like, yeah, y'all can have them. Oh my gosh, the burst of color that is this yard now. It's just giving me so much joy. There's our gardening stuff behind our signs, but then there's our little vegetable garden there. I'm really happy, y'all. This was a major project that we did, but we got it done.